Welcome back to Franchise Hockey Manager 10 with the Pittsburgh Penguins. If you're last with us, you would have seen that we were at the top of the division and the top of the Eastern Conference. A lot has changed since then, due in large of this team right here. The Devil, as they are, they went on like a 22-game winning streak. I have never seen anything like that in this game, but they end up losing in overtime, I think, is what ended up doing it. But they lost their last two, so hopefully they can't maintain that throughout the postseason and get knocked out in the first round. But as you can see, geez, they went on like a massive run there. They won every single game in March and won all but two in April. February, they still went on like a big run. They end up losing in like, I guess, 4 games in the whole month, but then won everything else. But that is still insane. That is not what we want to see for our team. If you end up looking at it, we did finish with 53 wins, though. We are still around 5 points away, but 50 wins is still pretty good. That does put us fourth place in the whole league. 3 of those teams being Eastern Conference teams, and one of those being Edmonton Oilers, which are apparently always on win urgently. But in terms of goals, the only thing that can kind of set us apart is we did have 374 goals throughout this season versus 330, but our goals against is still, I mean, 268 is not at, or sorry, 374. 300 is still pretty bad. Goal differential is not crazy, but we did let in around 60 goals more than New Jersey. So we're definitely gonna have to fix something for this postseason, where I think we're facing off against. I think we're facing Rangers first round. But let's take a look at our stats, and then we'll look at awards and seeing if any of our players are actually nominated for that. But a quick look, though. You have Rantanen with 112 points. That's insane. Last season he had 103. So that's still a pretty significant difference in terms of goal or in terms of points. He did lose his goals just a little bit. Last season he had around 50. Now he's around 44. Gensel stepping up as well, 91 points in 82 games. That is one of his best, I would say. I think the only time that he ended up doing more than that was probably the first season we took over, actually. So that's pretty good, I would say. He's 32 years old, staying with us for the whole time for sure. Boldy as well got 87. Newhook with 87. We did reward him with a new contract there. McTavish was 79. Crosby was 69. So still managing to get almost a point per game. He did start off a little bit rough, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But the 20 goals is something that I definitely want to see improve, though, because that kind of sucks. He is kind of close to the goal record. Yeah, he needs, if he has another season like this, maybe a little bit better next season, he should be able to beat him. But you never know if he's going to retire or not. That's kind of the gamble that we're taking here. But I really do hope he stays for at least one more season. We do have Carlson also, who we extended for another year. He got 65 points. Korchinski doing very well as well, getting 65 points. But I feel as though the presence of Carlson might hinder the emergence of Korchinski, because I feel as though eventually this will be Korchinski's team. As soon as Carlson retires, I feel as though he's going to slot in. And then Owen Tippett, who we ended up getting at the trade deadline, did pretty decent, around 14 points in 23 games, but we didn't necessarily get him for that. They put him as a perimeter shooter. I wanted him more as a counter-attacking. So I guess that kind of sucks for that. It just added more offense, I guess. Spence doing okay, 48 points in 78 games. He's not going to stay with us, though. He did want a contract, but we can't give it. He wanted like $5 million. That's a little bit out of our price range, so we will have to say goodbye to him as well. Pietrangelo playing 20 games for us, getting 13 points, and then Eklund there with around 34 and 71. So all in all, pretty good. Malkin still finishing it off. He still played 82 games, which is still pretty good. And then Hudson kind of rotating a little bit, but we do have him in mind for the future. So he's one of those players as well. Duclair will probably end up saying goodbye to as well, and Russ, we're probably going to buy him out at the end of the season. I don't see us being able to continue with him. We did have Blomqvist start to take over in terms of the starting goalkeeper roles, because he finished with 918 save percentage, one of the top in the leagues actually, and 2.91. We might end up rolling with him in the playoffs because he definitely has a hot hand. He had 3 shutouts as well. But 28 wins and 7 losses. I do like those numbers. And then Yari has 25 and 17. I don't like those as much. And then his 888 save percentage is very bad. You could blame him a little bit for why your team didn't end up finishing first, but those 17 losses are definitely something that kind of jump out at you, and the 28 wins for Blomqvist is definitely something that we're going to focus on. But let's look at the nominations, see if we got any of them. Didn't read any of them, so I have no idea. So we didn't get the Hart, but we did do pretty close. I thought that he was at the top 3 there. Nothing for the Vezina, not surprising. Nothing for the Norris, nothing for the Calder. Gavin McKenna potentially getting the Calder, and I don't even know how to say this guy's name, but he looks pretty good. 52 points there. And then Ryland Singh also with 63 points. The defender, though. When did he get drafted? He got drafted 71st, or no, sorry, 27th. He was projected to go 71st. So Ryland Singh is a pretty good defender, in case you guys are wondering. It looks like Gavin McKenna, no, Gavin McKenna isn't. This guy also is a defender, and he was drafted first round, 16th overall. I haven't heard of him until just now. And then, no, we don't get nominated for that. I'm not surprised because we didn't do as well as what we've done in the past. Sidney Crosby could get the Mark Messier Award. That'd be a nice one to get. I'm sure he's gotten it before, though. And it doesn't look like we're going to get anything else. So let's jump to the playoffs and see if we can manage to get out of the first round, because I feel as though it's going to be a lot harder than what it's been in the past. So with the postseason underway, the first game, Vegas ended up beating Edmonton. That'd be great. If Vegas can beat Edmonton, we would be extremely happy with that. Calgary, I feel as though Vancouver's going to win that one, even though Calgary has been our demise throughout the whole season. So if Vegas can win and Vancouver can win, that will probably be very good for us. Kings are up 1-0, and I feel as though Colorado's going to come back, though, and then Winnipeg will probably Winnipeg will probably win that one. New Jersey, I feel as though is going to win that one. I'm really hoping that Detroit manages to find a way to beat them. I think we might be able to edge out New York, and then Buffalo, I feel as though is going to win, and then a Battle of Ontario there. I feel as though Ontario is probably going to, or Ontario, Ottawa is probably going to win that one. But just to look at the lines that we're going with the postseason, we have Blomqvist in goal. He is three fires there, so we're going to probably roll with him. Duclair, Malkin, and Lockshow. Eklund, Jagger, and Tippett. Gensel, Newhook, and Boldy, and then McTavish, Crosby, and Rantanen. Korchinski with Carlson, Smith with Spence, and then Hudson with Pietrangelo. So it looks like Letang is kind of getting the boot there. Maybe it changes throughout the season, but Pietrangelo was a 58. That is alarming, and Malkin was a 59, and Russ was a 58. So those are interesting numbers to pay attention to. First game that we're playing, we beat them 3-2, we beat them 3-1, and then we lost most recently 4-2. So we do have the lead in terms of regular season, but let's just hope that we can manage to get the win here. We win 5-2, so we start off strong. McTavish getting 2 goals there before Lockshow, Newhook, and Hudson. So Newhook really liking that contract, rewarding us immediately. Ottawa leads 1-0. St. Louis leads 1-0. And hopefully we can manage to win this one. And tied up by New Jersey. Yeah, it feels like New Jersey's going to win that one. And Buffalo, it feels like we have a better chance of being Buffalo than we do against Columbus. But as long as we get out of the first round, this is probably so I count that as a win for us. We have struggled as of recent, so I wouldn't mind improving just a little bit than what my expectations are. But everyone's kind of going down. Crosby's now at a 3.5. So it's going to be a hard year next year, I would say. He might not even get to top spot, actually. But no matter what, he's going to be the top as long as we can force him to. Game 2, 6-0. See, Blomqvist is surprisingly good. Rantanen, Crosby now getting on there. Newhook, Spence, and Crosby again. Crosby really wants to best New York. If only it was Philly first round, we would be extremely happy with that. Next 2 games are in New York, though. I don't know if we want to rejig the lines. Nominees, that's always what's going to happen. Who do we want? Guess we'll go McGillney, even though I don't think anyone really warrants it of those guys. Colorado leads, New Jersey leads now, so it seems like the first game was just a fluke. We're gonna ride with the same lines that we did when we won 6-0. So let's see if we can win in New York. We win 3-1, so we're up the series 3-1. McTavish, Duclair, and Newhook getting all the goals there. And then we play the next game in. Oh, Toronto leads now 2-1. New Jersey leads 3-1. So yeah, that's decided. Oh my God, Edmonton's out round 1. They got swept. That is massive for us. Let's see if we can win game 4. We don't, so we're going back home. Boldy, McTavish, Crosby, and Ranson and getting the goals there. But unfortunately, just one too many that we conceded, which seems to be the recipe for this whole season, I would say. New Jersey's now cuts down the lead to, or sorry, Red Wings can't count the lead at 3-2. I guess we'll leave with what the roster we started with. I don't want to change it again. See if we can win at home. We win 6-3, so it's a good thing I didn't change it. We got Jagr, Crosby, Korchinski, Spence, and Malkin, and Tippett getting goals there. So let's move on to the next round, and I think we can win this one. So next round looks like we're going to face either New Jersey or Detroit. I feel as though it's going to be New Jersey, though. And is it? Tied 3-3, so we could face Red Wings. I'm hoping we face Red Wings. New Jersey wins 3-2, or sorry, 4-3. So looks like we're going to end up facing them, the hardest team, probably this whole thing. If we can manage to beat them, then we can definitely win this thing. Feels as though they're the hardest team that's left. Looks like they're putting Rust in now, Boliveau and Letang. So it looks like they're changing it up. I don't know why. I don't know. They took out Lock Show, which seemed kind of odd as well. So we'll just try it. We'll see if anything can happen with this one, but we'll switch it immediately after if we end up losing. We're still going to stick with Blomqvist here. And throughout the regular season, we lost 7-0. We then won 5-0. And then they beat us 9-4. So it doesn't look very good for us. Game 1. Let's see if we can win in New Jersey. We do 5-1. That is shocking. I'm absolutely shocked there. Smith getting his first goal, Rantanen and Duclair getting on there, Carlson and Malkin as well. We're probably going to end up adjusting it for the next game, though. Looks like Vegas is moving on, and probably Colorado too. Buffalo also putting up a fight there as well. But I don't know if I want to go with the same roster. So it looks like they changed it back to Lock Show. Let's see if I made a mistake here. Let's see if we can win this next game. We do win 6-1. We're going back home. Jesus. Carlson, Lockshow, Tippett, McTavish, and Gensel. Somehow we're winning 2 straight. That is insane. I didn't think that that would happen. Buffalo leading, Colorado leading. Are there going to be sweeps all around? That is my question. We're going to stay with the roster that we had for that game. We end up winning 3-2. Oh my God. So Carlson, Newhook, and McTavish getting goals. Surprisingly, only conceding 2. We're up the series 3-0. I wonder if we can do it. Let's see if we can. And we'll change up the roster here. I'm gonna still stick with Blomqvist though. He's got us this far. And we lose 7-4. So maybe that was a bad idea, but Newhook, Duclair, Carlson getting goals there before getting eviscerated in the third. Jesus, it was a close game until then. We actually had a shot, but then we ended up giving up 4 goals in the third. I'm gonna refuse to comment there. I don't think that does us any good. We'll set up organization. I'm gonna go with Yari for this last game here. And then Vegas is also leading 3-1. Buffalo sweeps Toronto. So unfortunately, we don't get to face Toronto. And then, yeah, it looks like we were the only team that didn't sweep anyone. So we'll do set up organization again. See if we can win in New Jersey. Oh my God, is it going to be a reverse sweep? So we're going to go back to Blomqvist, obviously. He's 3-2. That is not the sign that we want to see. Going up 3-0 to then drop it. Let's go with setup organization. I don't think there's that much changes. And we'll go back to Blomqvist, the guy who we relied on this whole time. See if we can win at home. We don't. Oh my god, it's going to be a reverse sweep. Newhook and Malkin getting the goals there. Jesus. This isn't good. We're going to get reverse sweeped. Oh my god, it looks like Vegas might be as well. I'm going to stick with Blomqvist though. See if we can win in New Jersey. This is going to be the biggest task of the whole season. We win 6-3, shockingly. Oh my god. Spence, Lockshow, Gensel, McTavish, and Newhook all getting goals there. Thank god. That is insane. I can't believe it. And then we end up facing, looks like Buffalo. Buffalo might be our demise as well. Buffalo's been a tough team, I'd say, but I mean, we did just beat the most difficult team, I would say. The team that went on a 22-game winning streak. But it did take us 7 games to do it. They've only played, they played, what, 3 games less than us? So it looks like Colorado, Vancouver, or Pittsburgh, or Buffalo. Let's see if we can do it. And yeah, we're going to stick with Blomqvist still. That one game Yari did screw us over. So we lost the first game, lost the second game, and we won the third game. So there is that, but that doesn't look like we're going to do very well. Let's see. Game 1, we do win 4-3, so that is good. Gensel, Carlson, and Gensel again, and Lockshow getting the last goal there. Oh, we won in overtime, too. Colorado leads there. Oh my god, I still can't believe that we actually won game 1, so at least we won't get swept. That is all that matters. Then Blomqvist, we're sticking with you. Game 2, we win 3-0. Oh my god. McTavish, Crosby, and Gensel all showing up there. We're going to stay with the same roster that won 3-0. Surprisingly, we were playing well defensively, though. Who would have thought? And yeah, we'll go back home now, actually. And we went 3-1. Jesus. Okay. Hudson, Gensel, and Newhook all getting goals there. And we can close it out at home with a sweep. Imagine Buffalo sweeping Toronto only to get swept by us. Development report, I'm scared to look at this. But Hemming looking like he's developing very nicely. Mereshov as well looks like he's developing pretty good. 914 save percentage, I do like that. Surin with 36 points there in 68 games in the KHL, that's not too bad either. And Silverstone, Frolov not doing as good. Crosby looks like he's worse than what he was before. Trenko looks like he should be good. WHL 77 points, that's pretty good. And Pearden he played with us for a little bit, 18 points in 33 games. I'm surprised they brought him down though, because he should probably be playing with us now. Duclair looks like he's regressing as well. Top jersey sales, at least we have a decent amount in there, so that should be some decent money. Let's see if we can manage to beat Buffalo at home and close out this series. Colorado's leading 2-1. It would be nice to see Colorado though, I will be honest, because then I don't really care who wins between the two of us. And yeah, evaluation doesn't matter yet. We don't care about the draft until the draft actually happens. Let's go. I guess Springmore, so he finally retires out of coaching. I'll give it to Osgood. I'll give it to Burke. I do like Burke. Probably doesn't deserve it though. I'll go Theo Fleury, because why not? And let's see if we can close it out here. We don't. Oh my god. That is disappointing. Borgen, I think did he play for us? Borgen, that bastard. Borgen ends up scoring the first goal against us before eventually just ruining it for us. So thank you so much. I'm not going to criticize Carlson. That just seems stupid. But we still have a chance to win in Buffalo. Managed to win the first two, so I really hope it doesn't go to Game 7 again. That'd be disappointing. And I think we're going to have to still sign our coaches. I forgot to do that. So after this series, we'll probably end up doing that real quick and then jumping into the finals if we can manage to win this. If we don't, 4-1, it's not going to be reversed. It's not going to be reversed. Let's hope it's not. It's 3-2, giving us a chance to win in Pittsburgh, though. In front of the home crowd. Colorado's leading 3-2. All right, we're going to do AI setup organization to hopefully change something. Still going to stick with Blomqvist, though. And let's just pray that we win this one. 6-3, finally, we managed to go through. Korchinski showing up, Boldy with a hat trick, and then Benson and Carlson as well. So we'll end up doing the, we'll sign all the players, and then we'll see who we're facing in the finals there. So looking what we have in the finances there, it doesn't look like we have enough to sign a decent coach there. So we'll look at the free agents. And I mean, Mike Sullivan looks like he's the only one that we can maybe grab, but I don't think that it makes sense for us to grab him as a coach. His player management's pretty decent, but hire as head coach, he's asking for $2 million. How does that make sense that we can't afford a coach after like 4 or 5 seasons in? And then even De Boer was a guy that we're going to look at as well, and we couldn't even get him as that. How much does he want as an assistant coach? Still $2 million. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to sign a coach throughout this whole thing. So we're going to have to rely on the AI as well. Let's see who we end up facing in the finals here. And it looks like it's going to be Colorado. They won the same way that we did, 4-2. I think it's in Pittsburgh first. So he managed to make it to another finals. Who would have thought? We'll do AI setup organization again. We're still sticking with Blomqvist though. Can't trust Yari throughout this series for sure. Do we play them this season? We won the first one and then lost the second one within the same margin, so there's not much to tell between the two of them. We are facing Sheldon Keefe, so interesting. That is probably the most interesting thing that I've seen on this for sure. We're facing off against a former Leaf coach who I said it was overrated at the beginning of the save. So let's see if we can manage to win the first game at home. We lose 6-2, so egg on my face for sure. McTavish getting a short-handed goal, and then Newhook getting a even strength one. Rantanen facing his former team though, so it's interesting to see that it looks like they're better off without him. Maybe he's better off without us, but Blomqvist is now at 5-star. Let's see if let's see if we can win the second game here. We win 3-2. I thought it was going to be an overtime. Boldy and Hudson showing up, and Spence scoring the game winner there. A short-handed game winner too, which I guess you don't see that often. We're facing off against facing Colorado at home now. Gonna stay with Blomqvist. And let's see if we can win this one. We won 6-3. That's what I like to see. McTavish with his 10th goal of the postseason, shorthanded again. Rantanen with his 4th, Carlson with his 7th, and then Eklund with his 2nd there before Boldy and Gensel score at the very end. But we won 6-3. That is a pretty dominant performance. We go back, or we stay, sorry, in Colorado. Tarasenko contemplating retirement too at 35. See if we can win this one, guys. We lose 5-3, and we're going back home though. I think the series is tied though. Rantanen and Spence there, lock show as well. So we're going to probably rotate our lineups just a little bit. Series tied 2-2. We have a chance to win the next one and then potentially win it on the road there. Blomqvist getting the start again. We lose, so we're down a series. Jesus. They have Lafreniere too. That is a former friend, that's for sure. Rantanen, Eklund, and Tippett getting the goals there. But we really need to dig deep, guys. Let's not lose in Colorado. We don't want Crosby's last game to be a loss at home. So let's dig deep, guys. Let's see if we can win this one. We lose 5-3. So getting the better of us. It looks like we just absolutely shut down in the final there. So the new Stanley Cup champion is Colorado. We'll take a look at our stats after, but they do beat us in 6 games. Kind of disappointing. We lost 3 straight. Or yeah, sorry, we lost three straight there, and that's pretty much what did it. The 5-3, the 4-3, and the 5-2. So not still respectable, but not what we're used to. They didn't even. I don't even think in terms of where they finished in the league. Oh, they finished just below us, so it was pretty evenly matched, I would say then. Let's look at the summary there for the postseason. Playoff wise, McTavish point per game. See, this is probably what it was. Is that we didn't have anyone that scored more than a point per game other than McTavish, but 25 and 24, 23 for Carlson, Newhook with 22, Rantanen with 21, Boldy with 18, Gensel and Crosby 18 and 16 respectively, and then Smith was with 12 there before Hudson, and Malkin actually showing up with 10, but his grade was probably what brought us down for sure. Hopefully this isn't the last we see of Crosby, but you never know. It could always be the end of his career, but we want to thank him regardless. Let's see. Let's see in terms of the history how well he ended up doing in terms of postseason. I think he's still at the top though. So 258 and 253 games. So that's a point, just above a point per game. Malkin in second with 209. I think him being on our team for the last couple seasons has definitely ruined that his playoff points. But they are top two there. Jagr is the top three. Gensel could end up making his way there, but I feel as though he's not going to. I don't think he's going to get top four, but top five still is pretty respectable. And Letang probably going to be his last year. I wouldn't be surprised if he retires at this season. But we want to thank everyone for watching. We want to thank everyone on the team for playing as hard as they did. We managed to make it to another finals, but eventually losing to the champions. Um, Hopefully it's going to be a bounce back season next season, but I feel as though there's going to be a lot of changes if Crosby's still on the team. We're probably going to have to reload on defense and maybe even look for a new goalie in the off season. So thank everyone for watching, and until next time.